On today's episode of Luthorville, we'll be answering the question, what kind of idiot buys real estate when he's unemployed?
Hey kids, this is Eric Muss-Barnes.
And I'm Victoria Vertuga.
Welcome
to the latest episode of Luthorville.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty crazy, I really admit.
A valid question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to buy 10 acres of land out in the middle of nowhere when you don't have a job.
Yes.
And you're
True story.
Not rich.
Right.
You know.
And actually, it's not going to be a secret much longer, but you haven't told anybody about this, right? No friends, no family, nobody knows that you've purchased this place.
Yeah, pretty much that's true, because I knew that people would just go, you did what?
Right. You were trying to avoid that response.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, all throughout my life, I've kind of done these things, though. For example, when I was working on my last 3 novels,
Yeah.
I was writing them simultaneously. Now, I knew that people would think that was crazy. Why are you writing 3 books at once?
Yeah, focus on one. Get it done. Yeah.
So I didn't tell anybody. And it took me about a year, and I finished all 3. So I pulled it off, but I knew it was probably a good idea to keep it a secret.
Wise man.
But the reason you did this was to keep yourself focused, so you wouldn't feel like you had to abandon the dream.
See, yeah, absolutely. I knew that if I made myself buy the land, I wouldn't chicken out. I mean, there are 100 reasons why I want to live in an off-grid house in the desert, but there are 1,000 reasons why it's a bad idea.
Right.
See, by purchasing the land, I'm making it harder to quit.
Yep, you're fully invested. Can't change your mind now. You own a hunk of a land in the desert that no one else in their right mind would even buy, right? You're
Yeah.
stuck with it. So you might as well build the house that you've always wanted.
That's true. Yeah, I can never sell it. I mean, only another person who dreams of building an off-grid house in the desert would ever have any use for it. The land is worthless for anything else. Believe me, I know what a big risk I'm taking. You know, this is the kind of thing that will make people say, wow, that's a great story. He's really got some courage, and that's fantastic that he's brave enough to believe in himself like that.
And if you don't find a job and you end up living on the street, they'll have no sympathy and say, it serves him right for buying that property. What an idiot.
Yeah, you got that right. So yeah, the wise move would be to keep my mouth shut. Never create these videos. Never tell anyone my plans until they all come together. That way, if my plans fail, I never have to face the humiliation of making such a bad judgment.
I have faith in you. I think it's going to work out just fine. You're about the most intelligent and creative person I've ever met. So a person like you should easily be earning 6 figures at a world-renowned company. Once people understand what an asset you are and how you have so much knowledge on pretty much every single subject matter, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, thanks. Which, by the way, that raised another fear of mine, is that even when I find a job, I'm worried that I might get fired if they find out about Luthorville.
Why do you think someone would fire you over this?
Because 2 hours is a rough commute. See, I can lay claim that I will do it, but once those daily 4 hours on the road start wearing on me, I don't know if I'll be able to sustain it. Now, if a company discovers my plan, they might figure that I'll quit eventually, so they might as well fire me preemptively.
Right.
Luthorville truly demands that I am doing telecommuting at least a few days a week, and lots of companies hate telecommuting. They're still stuck in a 1957 mentality of being in an office every day. I mean, few companies understand how the world is changing.
So those are a lot of what ifs and fears, right? You can deal with that when the time comes.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll marry a rich cosplaying nerdy fangirl before then, and she'll love your books and insist you stay home all day and write more novels. Luthorville is perfect for that.
I really like the way that you think, yeah. See, in answer to the original question, what kind of fool buys real estate when he has no job? No, fools like me. If this works, people will call me a brave and courageous person who lives life with an admirable sense of adventure. If I fail, people will say I am a financially irresponsible idiot who has no idea what he's doing.
But at least you're a brave idiot.
Yeah, okay.
Luthorville is an educational series inspiring kids and adults to become excited about innovations in science and technology by documenting the design and construction of a Mojave Desert homestead called Galatea Meridian. Witness the crazy story of how Eric Muss-Barnes, an unemployed computer geek and struggling novelist, risks homelessness by spending most of his life savings to build an off-grid dream house in the middle of nowhere. Having purchased vast acres of the Old West, can Eric find a stable job and create his home before his money runs out? Take a journey where fortitude and a pioneering spirit continue to forge the American dream on the romantic landscape of the American frontier.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of Luthorville.
And please be sure to share with all your friends.
And remember, if your ambitions don't scare you,
They aren't big enough.
I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. But that dream that you